Let's talk to your mayor this week. If you live in Frankston, Coringal, Langwarrin, Sandhurst, Seaford, Skye, Carrum Downs, have I missed a location? Probably. Sue Baker will mark my work. Sue is the mayor of Frankston. Good morning.
Good morning, Raff.
If you've got a question for Sue, 1300 222 774. Did I miss a locale?
Frankston South.
Frankston South, very different to Frankston.
Yes, I'm Frankston North.
And also very different to Frankston. Any others?
I think you covered the rest of them.
Got the rest of them. Okay. How long have you been mayor?
A year. This is my first year as mayor and 6th year as a councillor.
6th year as a councillor. Have you been mayor at all before?
No, this is the first time.
6 years. Why have you done it for 6 years?
Why have I been a councillor for 6 years? Because I love the community that I live in. And I'm a great believer in rolling your sleeves up and getting involved with the community where you live. I've always volunteered. I've always been actively involved in different groups. So when I moved to Frankston and met the former mayor, Sandra Mayer, she suggested I might like to get involved in community that way by running for council. So I did some due diligence, watched a few past council meetings of different councils around Victoria and thought, actually, yeah, that would be a really cool way to get to know this community.
I'll get to questions soon. 1300 222 774. Cop a lot of flack, though. Like, local councils, I realise you believe you're important and you believe in it. A lot of people think you're a waste of time. Why do you persist?
Look, I was amazed at how many services and programs we run at local government level. And I guess there is an opinion that roads, rates and rubbish are the staple for local government. But actually, when you dive into the needs of community, and we do a lot of community engagement to understand from our residents, businesses, ratepayers, what they need to make the community work well, safely, enjoyably, from birth through to death, basically the whole life cycle. So that's why we have a lot of services and we have a lot of volunteers and we direct funds to support people achieve what they want to achieve living here.
What's the biggest issue in Frankston right now?
I think it's housing for us. Our homelessness numbers are high, so the full range of housing needs from homelessness through to market rate housing. So our social affordable housing, we're about 3,500 houses short in that affordable range at the moment. So it's a lot of accommodation. We have a lot of families moving to the area. We've got a brand new hospital. We've got a really successful TAFE. Lots of new businesses are coming in. All those organisations need staff and we'd love them to work locally and live locally. And so the housing pressure is on for us. So
that's 100% what we were talking about at the start of the show, to be honest. The Coalition's plan around housing and migration. So they are clearly issues everywhere. Are you hearing anybody with a solution to getting more houses in Frankston?
It's a 3-tier of government issue is our cry on this. As a council, we don't have the money to invest in housing, but what we can do is be enablers and advocates and partners to both other tiers of government, but also investors, community housing providers, and there's a lot of work going on in that space, but it requires people coming together.
Coming together. You're accused of ruining Frankston. In the Broad, the council, the Great Wall of Frankston, we had that conversation a few times, which is a reference to a tall building. Are you ruining Frankston by trying to get enough homes into it? There are complex issues in all local government areas, and what we are wanting to do is really have a balanced approach to providing services, providing accommodation. We have empty shops, that's one of our issues that locals will call out. So we need to activate our central business district, but we also need to enliven all of our suburbs, the ones you mentioned earlier. So I think the council working with community, and we have a fabulous Engage Frankston brand that invites people to survey. Gets a bit boisterous, that engagement, doesn't it, sometimes?
Absolutely, and the more robust the debate, the better, I think.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Look, yeah. People need to be heard.
People need to be heard. Okay. 1300 222 774. Every Thursday you get to meet a mayor. Sue Baker is the mayor of Frankston. I've got this text from Oliver. As part of the Nepean Highway redevelopment, there is a plan to close the car park at the Olivers Hill Lookout.
Many in the community are opposed. It's used by a wide range of people, disabled, elderly. Will there be further will there be further consideration of this closure?
I am actually going to take that on notice because I don't have all the details to hand, but very happy if Oliver leaves his details that we can follow up and give him the latest information on what the discussions are on that point.
That's the Oliver's Hill lookout, 1300 222 774.
Yeah.
Have you got what you want from the state government when it comes to, or are you happy with what the state government's planned for you with housing?
We are currently in negotiations. We have what's called a Housing Accelerator Task Force, which brings federal, state and local government together so we can actually talk about who can contribute what. There are new announcements through both budgets in the last week, so we have a meeting actually coming up in a couple of weeks' time.
With the state government?
State, federal. This is our new approach to partnerships and working with everybody who needs to have a say.
Do they listen? Do the state and federal governments listen to you?
Look, I think we have good relationships locally with our federal and state members. So in that regard, we're on good footing to have those robust conversations.
How many bins do people have in Frankston?
4.
You've got the 4?
We're working towards 4, yes.
So some people have got the 4, others don't?
We're just rolling out the FOGO bins. I think 80% of households have their green bins, and we're working towards the final rollout.
So you've got glass, recycling, hard rubbish, and now most people have the organic.
So the purple is the glass, the red is the general waste, yellow is the recycling, and green is the FOGO, which is gardener
So
compost.
I'm asking because a lot of councils actually haven't rolled out the separate glass recycling bin. Is that working? A lot of people don't like having 4 bins. Is it working for most people?
Look, if you ask me as a resident, I probably only will put my purple bin out once or twice a year. However, I take the broader picture in terms of landfill is about to fill up and we need to have different strategies. There is some ideas that there'll be more glass than plastic in the future because we're moving away from plastics. So I'd like to think we're ahead of the game in Frankston in terms of dealing with our rubbish sustainably and more economically. And we've been able to reduce the waste charges a little bit as we roll this out.
Okay, got a question for our Mayor, the Mayor of Frankston. It's 11 minutes to 10. Sue Baker's the Mayor. Jackie's in... Jackie's... Have I pressed the right button? Yes, Jackie's in Carrum Downs. Go for it, Jackie.
Hi, Jackie. I was just wondering, so I think you've done a wonderful job with developing Frankston, especially close to the beach. It's become beautiful, especially growing up. I saw the difference of how much it's changed. But I'm just wondering, Frankston North seems to be forgotten. It's still a big hotspot for lower socioeconomic behaviour, a lot of drugs going around that area. There's not a lot of recreational support there. I'm just wondering, Carrum Downs has done really well. The beach has done really well. How about Frankston North?
Thank you for your question, Jackie. Frankston North is actually in my ward. So as an elected representative, I'm very passionate about supporting what's going on there. In my first term, we had 3 pavilions built. So Eric Bell, Pat Rollo and Monterey Reserve, brand new pavilions for all the sporting facilities, which is great. We have rejuvenated 2 shopping strips, one at Excelsior Drive, and I was there yesterday, and we have a fabulous mural going on the end of that shopping strip because we are very proud of the recycled water scheme, a partnership example with South East Water, state government, and ourselves. I've missed someone. That's going to water all those pavilions along with the National Golf Course into the coming years. So that there is a lot of work going on.
What about the have-nots? I think there's more have-nots in Frankston North. Can you help?
Yeah, well, what we do get, or I do get feedback about dumped rubbish, cars burning up on some of the streets. So in that regard, our Safer Communities team work closely with Victoria Police to follow up and address those issues. Yeah.
Jackie, thank you for your call. I'm going to move on to Alan in Langwarrin. What's your query about, Alan?
Yeah, good morning. I'm just want to talk about the gateways to Frankston. I saw a post the other day that citing McMahon's Road, Beach Street as a gateway to Frankston, citing the graffiti on the overpass. More attention should be paid to Cranbourne-Frankston Road. Continuously, the grass is out of control, right through from right through from Langwarrin right through to Frankston. I know it's contracted out work.
Have you got a question, Alan? You don't have the world's best phone line, but can you turn that into a question for us?
Yes. When is Frankston City Council going to take more control of the contracted work?
Thank you, Alan, for that question. Yeah, I agree with you. And in fact, recently last week did a drive through Cranbourne Road right out to Murdoch Highway. This is a good example of where our relationship with the state government is important, because a lot of those areas are state government managed and controlled. Vic Roads. So, and the same with the Beach Street overpass. That's state government. So we're working closely to encourage, find out, advocate for more help and support in those areas.
When you ring and say the grass hasn't been cut or there's graffiti, please fix, do they respond?
We do have feedback. So the Beach Street overpass, for example, is in our advocacy priorities, and the local member did make a statement in Parliament recently about needing to get that whole overpass fixed and looking better.
Is that Frank Edbrook there? No.
Paul Edbrook, yes, that's right, MP.
He said it in Parliament?
Yes.
Well, he's a minister now, so you get more say, right?
Well, let's hope so. Let's lean into that. So, Alan, I do hear what you say. We do what we can in terms of talking to our state government counterparts. Sometimes we're not able to actually do the work instead of them because we've got other areas of the city to maintain in a good state.
1300 222 774 is the number. Sue Baker is the Mayor of Frankston. If you've got a question for her, give us a call. Sue Baker is the Mayor of Frankston. We've got Kevin, who's in Frankston with a query. What is it, Kevin?
Well, my topic is the graffiti. I moved into the Frankston South area about 18 months ago, and it's gradually getting worse. I know it's part of Vic Roads as well, because the over Penn Link just near Golf Links Road, they just resurfaced all the bridge area. It's all covered in graffiti again. What's going on?
Yes, I agree with you, Kevin. We regularly talk about graffiti at council meetings. We are, again, tackling that with state government. Recently, we did clear some of the graffiti, which is down by the beach, just south of just before you go up Oliver's Hill. That was a state responsibility, but we just felt it looked so ugly. We dealt with that. We've issued graffiti kits available to community who are really keen to take some action into their own hands. It is, again, part of our advocacy priorities for this year to get some of the graffiti cleaned up at the Beach Road overpass. We agree with you. We would just like people to stop tagging
and
graffitiing. Well, I might ask Kevin, what else do you think we could do, Kevin?
More penalties for these people that do it.
It's catching the people that do it, Kevin, very often.
Don't apply penalties. Are there bylaw penalties?
There will be if we can. I'm not sure exactly what they are. Need to check that, but we just don't see the people. Yeah. It's not okay to go around defacing property. There will be penalties, but we just don't catch them. We don't see them doing it. That's a challenge.
Kevin, thank you for your call. You've had a councillor living and working overseas and attending council meetings, correct?
We have had a councillor this year who has let us know they wouldn't be around for meetings and briefings.
Yes.
Have kept in contact via email, but has not attended.
Are you
briefings.
Okay with that? Because the reporting has been dialing into council meetings rather than attending in person. I'm not asking you to speak for that councillor. There's been reports about health issues, been reports about overseas travel. Whatever the facts are you okay with that person not being there in the flesh?
Look, as Mayor, it's my responsibility to work with all councillors in line with the Local Government Act. And we have legislation that says councillors can be absent for up to 4 months from statutory meetings. So that's a councillor decision. As Mayor, I do meet with all my councillors every other month, one-on-one. I have regular councillor-only meetings, and all councillors are invited to that.
I'm going to push you a bit here, Mayor. You choose how to answer. Is it okay what's happened?
Look, my preference would be for all councillors to be in the room discussing the issues rather than turning up late to discussions that have been had. It makes more sense for people to table their concerns as they're representing people at the time it's happening, rather than...
Is it Chris Bolam? I think you'd rather they're there?
Councillor Bolam has been the person who's not been able to attend. I would love it for all councillors to be present at all times. But, you know, there are different issues that come up for councillors. They're not able to attend, family reasons, health. But, yeah, so ideally have everyone there, but councillors have options.
So in your mind, not a breach of the rules, but not ideal?
For me, it's I want to hear everybody, and if a councillor isn't there discussing with colleagues, then we miss some information that might help decision making.
Thank you for coming in.
Thank you very much for the invitation. Lovely to meet you.
Councillor Sue Baker is the Mayor of Frankston.